Hi and welcome. My name is Riccardo from Zebra Technologies, and today we're at the Alinka Brendan Lovelock Centre. Today we'll be demonstrating to you how Zebra Technologies can assist you in hospital workflows. So I've just arrived at the hospital and I'm ready to start my shift. One of the first things I'm going to do is grab my Zebra HC50 clinical smartphone. To sign into my device, I'm going to use my Improvata single sign-on tap-on tap-off functionality. What that's going to do is sign my device into all the applications that I'll be using throughout today. Today we have our first patient. Hello sir, can I please have some form of identification? So our first patient has presented us with his driver's license details. Using my Zebra HC50 clinical smartphone, I'm going to scan his driver's license detail and accurately capture all his information. Now to track George throughout our process today, we're going to be printing out a wristband using our Zebra ZD510 printer. To get this device to print to this printer, I'm going to use the Zebra Tap to Pair functionality, which allows these two devices to connect to ensure that I'm printing the right wristband at the right location. Once that's completed, I can tap the print button on my device, which will then print out a wristband. That wristband is now printing out through our printer, and I'm able to attach that to our patient. So do you mind if I just put this on your wristband there? And there's your driver's license. Thank you. So we've just admitted our patient into hospital and we've now allocated him a bed. So let's now explore how Zebra Technologies can better improve patient safety. Now we're at the patient's bedside. The lab has ordered some specimen samples from our patient. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab my Zebra HC50 clinical smartphone and scan my patient's wristband. I'm able to ensure that I've got the correct information for my correct patient. One of the samples required today is a comprehensive metabolic panel. In order to do that, I'm going to collect a blood sample from my patient and grab my Zebra HC50 smartphone and my Zebra ZQ610 mobile printer and tap to pair those two devices together. So they connect to the right printer and I can ensure that I'm printing at the right location. Once that pairing's been completed, I'm able to print the specimen label from my mobile printer and attach that to my vial. What that ensures is I've got the correct information on this vial. So we're at bedside and our patient requires some medication. So the first thing I'm going to do is scan my patient's wristband. So I can confirm that I've got the correct patient here. Second step is I'm going to scan my medication here. So I've been able to scan my patient's medication, and my third step of the process is to scan my identification badge. Now what we've been able to do is to ensure that I've got the correct patient with the correct caregiver, the correct medication and the correct dose at the correct time. So I've just walked in on my rounds and I've noticed my patient is unconscious. I'm quite concerned about his condition, so what I'm going to do is raise a code blue alarm. So by me pressing that button, what that's actually provided us is audible alerts inside the corridor alarms and in the nurse's station. But in addition to that, it's also set off an alert on the Zebra HC50 clinical smartphone. So all the clinicians on the ward's floor are able to look at their device, see where the code blue alert is in, and provide additional support. Within the hospital environment, we have a lot of moving assets. We need to identify the location of these assets to ensure that we are using them in the most effective way possible. In this scenario here, we have a portable patient monitor, which has been allocated to this room. Now let's see what happens if we leave the room. So as you could see, as the asset was removed from the room, using Zebra location technologies, we were able to set off an alarm to the overhead displays as well as the Zebra HC50 clinical smartphone. This now provides the clinicians the sufficient amount of information to be able to find that asset and return it to its designated room. At certain times, patients will require assistance from the clinician. Using the dedicated touchscreen within their room, they're able to request a service from this device here. It will send a message out to the Zebra HC50 clinical smartphone to ensure that we've got the right message to the right clinician at the right time. This solution reduces alarm fatigue and assists in elevating the patient experience. So I finally reached the end of my shift. So one of the last things I'll do is I'll grab my Zebra HC50 clinical smartphone and return it back to the charging station. By me putting the device into the charging station, it will now prepare that device for the next user to come along and start their shift. So as you can see, Zebra Technologies can support you through your entire healthcare workflow. For more information on our healthcare solutions, please visit zebra.com.